And that's when I found a companion in porn. You see, my mom's laptop that stayed was my best friend because I had unfettered access to every adult human's entertainment site. And I scoured through all those until I found no more joy in it. And then I fell into depression. So I was here, this young boy staying at home with nothing to do, severely depressed, but I cannot voice it because it's even a privilege that I'm alive. How are you expelled and you expect to stay alive in an African household? But God being a God of second chances, afforded me another opportunity to get a short at high school experience, and I was admitted to Miranda High School. There, I found the chance to be resocialized, and I remember I scored an A-, which is a thing I would not have scored when I was in the Alliance High School. I went to campus at the Technical University of Kenya, where I studied a Bachelor of Commerce in Finance and graduated with honors. But campus days were fun. They were fun because I was free. I was free to do whatever I wanted. I was free to sate the curiosity I had about the nightlife. When we moved to Kisumu, we had to board an easy coach to come to Nairobi, and then you'd have to walk the entire stretch from railways to commercial, where you take the 105 matatus that go to Kikuyu. Along that stretch, by day it's Business Avenue, by night it's a red light district. And I remember walking, seeing skimpily dressed sex workers and desiring them and hearing them whisper, "Kucha baba nikuonyeshe, kucha tu, kucha nikuonyeshe." That curiosity that was spooked in me in high school never went away. And I acted upon it the moment I joined campus because I had unfettered freedom. Amidst my friends, when they would have stories about the way they were in relationships and sex talk, and they were talking about body counts and whatnot, my mission was one, to dominate them, to have the highest possible body count, but still look like a saint. I hid this behind, quite meticulously, behind my showy dressing and my quick-witted tongue. But I was struggling. And then the depression came back, and I would stay in the house for days on end without eating, without showering, without any interest in life. And then I would also have really high highs, days when I would have lots of sex with very many different people, still not needing to eat or sleep. You see, I felt as if I had encountered some sort of social death, where my body meant nothing and it could be used by anyone at any time for anything. It was until very recently, on the weeks that led to the 9th of October 2023, that I knew I needed help. Had been struggling with very low lows and very high highs. And on this particular day, I got into a near-fatal accident on Thika Road. And I was wondering, why did I not die? Because my friends saw this on Twitter and they asked me, "Was that your car on Thika Road?" And I was like, "No," because I was so embarrassed that I got into a car that was almost written off and I did not die. This is because I had attempted suicide thrice the month before. I just couldn't seem to do it. I just could not seem to take the pain away. That's when my friends tricked me into a mental institution. I hate the treacherous approach by which people are admitted into such institutions, but I also appreciate the fact that if it's done for a person who's incapable of making decisions, I see its logic. I'm still mad at my friends. I haven't forgiven them for that act, but I also appreciate it. There's a duality in it. There, I was also really mad because I was lumped with addicts. If you know me, I do not have a drug problem. I've only consumed alcohol once in my life, and that was the day after my accident. I think I took 6 cans of beer, and I smoked 2 packets of cigarettes. And as we all know, you do not become an addict by your first sip. And I realized that I might not be addicted to drugs. I might be addicted to other things. I learned to empathize with people who are struggling. I stand here disclosing my diagnosis. I was given a diagnosis of bipolar disorder, ADHD, and anxiety disorder. But I'm here to share my story, hoping that it will impact, even if it's one person, that will be impact enough for me.